So dual government. Robert Clive in 1765 introduced the dual government system in Bengal. The company undertook the work of revenue collection, whereas the Nawab of Bengal had to maintain law and order. So Nawab of Bengal has to maintain a law of order of Bengal, but he was also looking the revenue collection, where the Robert Clive have introduced some of the government over there. This was known as a dual government system. So that law and order was used to call dual government system of Bengal. The ill effects of dual government system could be seen after certain time period. Money in the form of taxes went in the pockets of company officers. The company officers were revolving or having the taxes from the people who were there in Bengal, and that dual government was having some of the money to pay in the pockets of company officer. The monopoly of trade in India was given to East India Company, and hence many trading companies in England has to envied him. So people were there who were collecting the taxes from the Indian people of from Bengal. So some of the officer came and they were also having the monopoly. Monopoly means they were criticizing the people to pay the taxes from the Indian people. The working system of the company in India received criticism. England and British Parliament introduced some important laws to keep control over the company. So England of British people, they have made some of the parliament, and they have taken some of the important laws to control over those taxes, where the people were collecting from the officers were collecting from the money from the people in the form of taxes. So Parliament of British came forward and they have implemented some of the laws to control over their taxes. Next we will see Parliament laws. According to Regulating Act of 1733, so what are the Parliament Act was having? In 1773, the Bengal governor came to be known as the Governor General. So the person who were having a parliamentary laws, that person was known as the Governor General. According to this act, Lord Warren Hastings became the Governor General of India. So he was the person who became the Governor of India. He got the right to control over the policies of Mumbai and Madrasa provinces. So he was having a control over Mumbai and Madrasa's provinces to give a good provision towards the people. A committee of 4 members was set up to assist him. So there was 4 people who were assisting of the taxes. In 1784, Pitt's India Act was passed. So Pitt India Act came, and means it is a form of taxes which Parliament used to collect from the people of India. So that act was called as a Pitt Act. The act provided for appointment of a permanent board of control for better regulation and management of affairs in East India and Company. So East India and Company have given some of the regulation by the board of control of Pitt Act. So they were having some of the people to look after those East India Company. Whatever the things happening, they have to implement some of the rules and regulation over there. In 1813, in 1833 and 1853, new laws were passed by the Parliament to take certain changes in the working of the company. So what the people were doing, how the tax was collected from the company people, the Parliament has made some of the changes to look into the company, where some laws has been given that how much tax we should have, how much benefit should be given to the people. So that was some changes had been taken place. In this way, there evolved indirect control of the British government on the administration of East India Company. So that was the British government came and they have given a good administration to East India Company. With the emergence of British rule, a new administrative system got developed in India. So new administrative system was developed in India. Civil services, military police force and judicial system became the main pillar of British administration in India. So this were the administrative system was got a power of the India, and they used to have a main pillars like judicial system, military, civil services and police force. So this was the main pillars of British administration. It was implemented in India. And there was also civil services. We'll see civil services. To strengthen the British rule in India, there was a need of bureaucrats. Bureaucrats means it is a power or the strong army where the person can be tackled. Lord Cornwallis introduced bureaucracy. Civil service became an important part of British government. So bureaucracy was the important part of British government. He restricted the private trade carried out by the company officers, and for this purpose he increased their salary. So the company who were having a private trade rulers and the officers of the company, they have paid the good salary, means they have increased their salary. Why? Because they were working for the company actually. For the convenience of administration, he divided the British occupied territories into districts. So they have divided some of the administration in the form of territories. The district collector was chief of district administration. He was responsible for the collection of revenue. So the district people who were working in the district administration, or district collector, he will be responsible for collecting of revenue of the people. Giving justice, maintaining law and order, the officers were appointed to through competitive examination known as Indian Civil Services. So the people who are working in law and order, or become a collector, or become a ICS officer, he has to complete the competitive exam. Then only he will be appointed to give that work. So he will be calling as ICS. He will be called as a Indian Civil Service, but he should have a competitive exam. Then only he will become an officer to work over in ICS. Next we will see military and police force.